And we're off.
Okay, first thing we're going to see is a trick called Space Jump Burst. It's a little scan dash you can do to get the alcove item. This is in logic now with Randomania. It wasn't in past tournaments. Bash's Randomizer had a little bit simpler of a logic requirement for the tournament.
Alright, looks like Alexis the first to get alcove, so we will see what she finds in here. And it is missiles. More specifically, missile launcher. It's been showing up a lot there lately.
Yeah, I'd say that's a common one.
Some more missiles under the ship, it looks like. Metroid MST is having a bit of trouble here.
Alexis heading straight for Artifact Temple. Gonna see the item there and gonna grab hints. MST, meanwhile, getting the scan dash. Nicely done.
Lokier is informing us that he made this in case we need anybody to blame later.
Yeah, and that should be true for all of round 2 matches.
Ah, very nice. We have seen nothing short of spectacular stuff in round 2, pretty much from both ends of the spectrum. We've had a couple of, phase-on suit hunts to mid-phase-on mines for phase-on suit, and then we had, I think it was one of the later night races yesterday where it was literally Cetus, or 2 nights ago, where it was Cetus Frius in like 40-minute go mode. What have we got here in the Impact Crater? Even more missiles. Not Impact Crater, Artifact Temple. I noticed that the artifacts that are required are always on the same totems now.
Yeah, that's been a nice change with Randomania. It means that you don't have to go searching for the totems. You kind of know exactly where to scan.
Interesting. Yeah, the only thing they start out with otherwise is Charge Beam. So, Charge Beam missiles, we're going to Chozo. Alexis electing to not check hints yet. Looks like Metroid MST is following suit here.
I mean, I do like that decision. With the chance of an artifact-loaded Chozo, I do, tend to prefer the decision to go through Chozo, see what you find for progression first, and if you don't see, any artifacts or very few, then you'll check them as you're leaving Chozo.
Yeah, that's fair. Or whatever item you get that causes the seat to explode, like Various Suit or Various Suit, bombs, Spider Ball, the kind of power items.
Yeah, anything that can determine open up a significant chunk of the game, one of the big routing decisions.
But it looks like we didn't find any.
Randomizer's, always about gambles, and sometimes it's good to chase artifacts and hope you find progression on the way. Sometimes it doesn't quite pay out. We'll have to see what the runners decide.
Indeed. And it seems like pretty much the only thing we can do is go straight to Hive Mecha, so that's what Alexis is doing. Metroid MST is going to get the missiles out of Transport Tunnel B.
Could possibly check Shrine on the way.
Could check Shrine, but given that we have missiles already, we can go check transport access. Seems a little impractical. Especially if Morph Ball is not in the Shrine.
Yeah.
Oh, that looked like a unique item on the grapple edge. Was that Wave Beam or Space Jump? I couldn't tell. Ooh, Alexis got a little bullied by the Beetles there.
I want to say a beam combo. I thought supers, but we'll have to see. It's kind of hard to tell on the restream.
Yeah, and I've got my computer brightness set low right now because of power pack and battery issues. Long story, folks. And was that more missiles in the nursery? I think it was more missiles. Alexis just taking a quick health refill. Sorry, I think I beat you to it. Alright, let's get another look at that grapple edge, shall we? I think that is definitely wave beam. It looked thin and white. It looked like as thin as a pickup, but white. Alexis, meanwhile, has found space
Alexis
jump.
getting space jump.
Oops.
MST choosing to go for Shrine, sees Grapple. You can escape that room NSJ, but it is difficult, so I definitely don't fault them for turning around.
Game, stop dropping supers in Hive Mecha. It's getting annoying.
And yeah, with supers and Hive Mecha, that makes my guess on supers on Grapple Edge is incorrect, so we'll have to see what that is.
Hey, this is like the third match I've called in a row where supers were either on Hive Mecha or transport access. What is this randomizer logic? But yeah, now the entirety of Main Plaza is in logic, so I didn't actually even see what was in the half pipe or vault ledge. I was too fixated on grapple ledge. Oh, Alexis got bumped by the laser eyes, I think.
Gonna be a little bit careful here. Scarabs can do quite a lot of damage if you don't have Morph Ball.
Oh, on the subject of Morph Ball, that is Spider Ball up top.
Alexis going for the L jump. Nicely done. Me personally, if I'm coming from the Hive Totem area, there is a dash that you can do. It's kind of an awkward dash, but it is a little bit faster.
Fascinating. I think Alexis saw Wave... we found Wave Buster. That was in the half pipe. So 2 super combos in 8 minutes. And, yep, Alexis going straight for Grapple Beam.
Yep, having Space Jump can get out fairly easily, and using the Scan Dash there, skipping the fight trigger. And just missiles in the upper item, so not have to come back that way unless Tower Chamber has something.
You know, you were mentioning Scarabs were the most deadliest enemy in Chozo Ruins, and look at Metroid MST.
Yeah, got pretty low there with the 7 health.
And it looks like we found X-Ray in the tree, so Super's already paying out. Alexis not going back for Grapple Ledge. But Metroid MST going straight to Vault.
You know, it could be a nothing item on Grapple Edge.
Could be. Probably was if they haven't gotten it already.
Yeah, and I think what Alexis is doing here is chasing that Root Cave check, having Grapple and X-Ray, which puts that into logic.
You know, it's...
possibly doing the Arbor Chamber out of bounds, but it is a risky check with without Morph or bombs.
Indeed. Actually, now that I think about it, I believe Frigate Crash Site is also in logic with this tool set, so I wouldn't be surprised if Morph Ball is just sunken today.
Well, you actually do need Morph Ball to get to Frigate Crash Site.
That is true. Oops.
So, unless we see Varia here soon, I would be willing to bet that Morph Ball is in Transport Tunnel B below Root Cave here. Or even
That
up top. Could be up top.
well, transport tunnel B. They already looked at, and it was missiles.
Oh, that is right.
Here's morph ball.
And there is the morph ball. And Alexa's choosing not to go for the Arbor Chamber out of bounds. I like that decision.
Yeah, we've got no idea where bombs are, and if you soft lock now, you have to go back to get grapple, X-ray, spider, and supers again. So, and space jump for that matter. So yeah, you don't want to do that. Oh, Metroid MST is getting whatever this is, and it was a various suit. Oh.
Okay, so I had the model shape right. Not quite the correct model.
You know, it threw me off. I thought for sure that was going to look like Wave Beam. It looked too, it didn't look wide enough to be a suit model. Then again, the suit models in Prime 1 are a lot smaller than Echo's. Alright, here's our freaking crash site check. Yeah, I think space jump is all you need to put this in logic. In this slot, in the beginner's rule set.
So the scan dash without space jump is what's in the beginner logic. So logically only required to have morph and missiles.
Wow. Yeah, we have seen Frigate Crash Site, especially in round 1, burn a lot of runners, so I could see, I can understand both of them wanting to make sure that they do not potentially suffer a repeat. Both runners are 0 and 1 after the first round of Swiss, so they are looking to add a win to their total. Alright, so I'm trying to think how good of an idea Magmore is right now with space jump but no bombs. Probably not the best idea right now.
With just space jump, the only checks that would be in logic would be and morph, so that they could get Triclops Pit, Storage Cavern, and Lower Fiery Shores.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem like a particularly good idea right now. Meanwhile, Alexis has retrieved Various Suit and Wave Buster from Main Plaza. Interestingly, a very loaded Main Plaza. I think it had 4 unique items: Varia, Wave Buster, Spider Ball, and X-Ray. And we still have not seen hints, so for all we know, that X-Ray could be required for OP.
Yep.
And Alexis did see Ruined Fountain, which was an energy tank. Which is nice, but kind of out of the way given what's logically required for that.
The standable for that with Spider and Space Jump is not terribly difficult. But it is a time sink. I think they're going to come across more E-Tanks. That'll be a little more convenient to grab.
Well, there's nothing in training Gathering Hall. Both rooms exist in Prime 1 and Prime 2, and I still get them screwed up. And I think Watery Hall has nothing, too. Alexis getting a little bit of acid burn from the water there, but manages to sneak out successfully. And is electing to take a warp to start here. I'm trying to think.
Not choosing to gamble on Vanilla Zoid or Vanilla Bombs on Zoid, and likely heading through the Fiery Shores elevator.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe bet, because lower Fiery Shores, as you said, is wide open right now, and given how easy that is to reach from the elevator, that's probably the next progression, especially unless it's Bombs on Zoid, which, yeah, you hate to see it if you're the runners, but you love to see it if you're the folks at home. But yeah.
Could also be Lava Lake as well, but I do agree going for the Fiery Shores, which nets you 3 checks versus 1. Probably the better decision.
I'm gonna laugh if it's main power bombs in short tunnel, or a power bomb expansion in short tunnel. Would still be pretty funny. Oh, that Magmor just decided to play rough with Alexis.
Yeah, wisely taking it easy here, waiting for the fire pillars. Nothing item on lower Fiery Shores.
I think that's now the 3rd or 4th nothing we've seen already.
There's been at least a few so far, yeah.
And for the record, there are 7 in the pool, 6 from the artifacts and 1 from Charge Beam. Was that a beam?
And I believe that was Plasma in Short Tunnel.
Well, that's Power Bomb locked. Okay, Seed finally starting to show a little rudeness, although no bombs by this point is also still pretty rude.
Yeah, could also maybe be something like main power bombs in Lava Lake. I've actually seen that quite a few times. And if bombs are nowhere to be found here, it's a little trolly, I'd say.
Oh, what is that in Warrior Shrine? Alexis is interested, and it's a power bomb. Alright, so that's going to basically give Alexis Plasma Beam. Out of logic, mind you, because in the Randomania, the mains are considered required to use power bombs.
MST choosing to go for Zoid. Now, I didn't catch if they saved. I would assume so, based on their health being full.
They did. Yeah, Metroid MST saved. Alright, what is in... Oh, that looks important.
So it's Ice Beam and Short Tunnel with Plasma and Triclops Pit. It's interesting.
We're not doing so bad on pickups. This has been a fairly loaded Magmor. If you're wondering why Alexis didn't lay a power bomb in... Whoops, one moment.
Now, Alexis doesn't have bombs, so checking, bombing the tunnel and shrine to go for upper Fiery Shores is a little risky. Yep, she would be locked in if bombs were not there.
Yeah, there's a chance the same fate could befall Metroid MST here, depending on if Zoid here is carrying bombs. If Zoid is not carrying bombs, Metroid MST is soft locked, and we'll have to reset. Don't get pinned by the flamethrower, please. It's not healthy.
And no bombs, so MST is going to go ahead and reset out. Ooh, Alexis needs to be very careful here, taking a dip in the lava.
Yeah, she took a direct hit from a puffer, and that deals a ton of damage. Yeah, we're still running on only one energy tank right now, which is, suffice it to say, not pleasant. We've literally seen more nothings than energy tanks. Point of no return checks are a Randomizer thing, so it was entirely possible bombs could have been on Zoid, but not the case.
Yeah, same with Upper Fiery Shores, but with, 2 beams for progression and not having a close save, it'd be a risky play for Alexis to go for. Now, speaking of beams, of 2 beams to have right now, Plasma and Ice are definitely the ones. It means Wave cannot be very far.
In theory. Also, as chat points out, an ice weapon in Short Tunnel, how appropriate. You know, just the basic item needed to fire Ice Spreader. Oh, there is an energy tank in Vault, but we can't get it because we don't have bombs yet.
Now, with what we've seen so far, I think bombs either have to be in Lava Lake or Arbor Chamber at this point.
Yep, they could entirely be in Arbor Chamber, and I think that's exactly where Alexis is going.
Now, I know we've seen bombs in Arbor Chamber at least once in this tournament so far. Maybe 2 times.
And this is not one of them. Fascinating.
Yep, I think it has to be Lava Lake at this point. MST approaching Lava Lake right now, and we will confirm. I believe that is indeed bombs.
Yep, if it looks tiny and you can't see it, it's probably bombs. That is disgusting. Because that is literally a one-way check. You have to go to Lava Lake from the front. Unless you, of course, get power bombs. Oh, artifact check coming up. Here we go. Plasma processing. Gravity chamber. Life grove. Security cave. PPC. And Elder chamber. Lots of plasma checks, and those are just about all rude.
Now, Alexa's going for an interesting play here. Not in logic, but I do respect it nonetheless. Now, without bombs, cannot pass through to Farchozo, but can at least get the Overgrown Cavern item here.
Actually, come to think about it.
It's just a missile.
Come to think about it, can't we reach Farchozo now with bombs? And Ice Beam and Spider Ball?
Yes. So both So Elder Chamber is an artifact, but Hall of the Elders, Crossway, Upper Furnace, Lower Furnace, those are all in logic now with these bombs and the other equipment that the runners have.
I think Upper Furnace still needs boost, right? By logic?
No. So the standable with Spider puts it into logic.
Ah, okay.
It can even be in logic without bombs, though that only comes up in a random elevator, random start style seed, as you can't get there normally without bombs.
That's fair. But yeah, we've got a lot of late game locations for that. Late game locations for these artifacts, which means we could be waiting a while to see stuff. Although, to be fair, we're looking for, you know, let's just assume it's upper gravity chamber. We're not looking for much. We're looking for, what, Wave Beam and Phazon suit? And Life Boost Ball, because Life Grove. Do you really want to do Life Grove Tunnel without boost?
Well, yeah, it's possible to get into Life Grove and out, but it would only be required in advanced logic. It is a fairly difficult bomb jump to get on top of the Life Grove tunnel.
Okay.
And I can say that it's difficult because it is in logic with my typical casual settings that I play with.
Oh my. Alright, Metroid MST is probably going to try and check Warrior Shrine this time, except with bombs in tow, he will be able to check Upper Fiery Shores. Ooh. Metroid MST's scan dash got inhibited there. Alright, Alexis is thinking it over for a second, heading back to Chozo. I think this is movement to the Lava Lake elevator. Pretty much can't be anything else, all things considering. Metroid MST, I'm sure, very happy to see that power bomb.
Magma Pool, I believe, has not been checked yet.
It has not been checked, and it is in logic with
Now,
Grapple and Varia. Actually,
well, they don't have the main power bombs.
Exactly. Metroid MST not happy about seeing Ice Beam, or Plasma Beam down there. Wait, it was Ice Beam down there, never mind. I'm getting my beams mixed up. But yeah, Metroid MST is looking for a power bomb, so that way he can grab Ice Beam. I think, do the Triclops have a high chance of dropping one?
Power bombs?
Yeah. How?
I don't believe so. I think you have more luck with the boxes than anything.
Alright, looks like Metroid MST is just giving Monitor Station another go, looking for a power bomb. So far is only getting nice target lock, whatever that was. There's a power bomb. Alright, so Alexis picked up bombs and Metroid MST picked up Ice Beam, so they're more or less neck and neck, save for Metroid MST not picking up Wave Buster. That's about it. Oh, Alexis is getting bullied!
Oh no.
Thinking happy thoughts, thinking happy thoughts,
One
thinking
health.
happy thoughts.
Alexis, please be careful.
Alright, Metroid MST going to be the first to transport Tunnel A, which contains Wave Beam. What is the seed? We just need Phazon and Boost, and that's it. Possibly Gravity. Unless our runners want to do a very obnoxious series of underwater slope jumps to get out. Ah, 10% suit damage resistance, folks.
Unfortunately, yeah. Alexis unfortunately had to kill the puffers for drops. So this check is a little bit awkward to get back to, but does a nice R jump.
Yeah, if we can pick up an energy tank, like, within the next 5 minutes, please. That would make me and the audience a lot more cozy.
Now, Alexis having to backtrack to Lava Lake for bombs. This actually allowed MST to pull ahead slightly. Not a huge lead, but it is a lead.
Meanwhile, Alexis is like ready for round 2. And it looks like Metroid MST wasn't interested in the item in the lighthouse. It is in play with this equipment, but so far we're still just finding missiles and nothings. And power bombs. But yeah, with this equipment, pretty much the whole world's our oyster right now. The whole world's definitely our oyster right now.
And MST picking up main power bombs on the spider track in Ice Ruins East.
Alright, Alexis is going to get the very bad news that just about every artifact is in a late game or otherwise annoying location. Yeah, she had to take an extra look at PPC real quick just to make sure it didn't say Processing Center Access.
Yeah, definitely understandable to double
Not
check
again.
that one as they look kind of close at a glance. And Metroid MST here playing it risky. Trying to go for the stand-on enemy strat to get up Ice Ruins West. Unfortunately taking some damage there.
Alright, Alexis is taking a safety save here. Very wise decision.
MST choosing to kill the Shigos and progress towards Canyon instead.
And I didn't see what was in Phendrana Canyon, did you?
I did not. I would probably say nothing, as chat points out, or it could be a missile. Either way, not very useful, so MST chose to turn around.
I couldn't see what that was in the lighthouse, but looks like Alexis is not interested. At least not yet. Chat is saying another missile. Thank you.
And MST there getting knocked back by the Crystallite, but fortunately landing on the center platform there in Ice Ruins West. Yeah, for some reason enemies in this game have insane knockback.
Oh yeah, especially sideways or backwards, because as it turns out, there's no sideways speed cap. Makes scan dashing a lot more usable.
Does indeed, yeah.
Rude bats.
Alexa's going for Chapel of the Elders, which I believe MST did not.
Yes, this is new information. My Metroid MST is taking a save and then warping to start here. What is in there? Is that an energy tank? It's an energy tank.
I get the hesitation, but I think at this point having 0 E-tanks, I'm sure Alexis will be glad to have it.
Alright, looks like Metroid MST is going back to Frigate. This may be a play to far Chozo, which honestly seems like a far safer idea than labs with no energy tanks.
Yeah, and Observatory logically requires Boost Ball, so unless Boost was in Hydra, I think this is the better play.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you on that one. Not to mention, the majority of Farfendrana actually, or a good chunk of Farfendrana only has artifacts, which can't be items, let alone energy tanks. Because yeah, what's in Farfendrana? Gravity chamber, security cave. Yeah, so that's two of the Farfendrana checks that are already basically useless for progression, for lack of a better term. Oh, Metroid MST got Prime 3'd.
And there is an artifact in Elder Chamber. So with the runners having to go here anyways, I do like the decision from MST. Though having a little trouble with the climb here. The standable there can be a little awkward.
Looks like he's alright.
Now, I know Alexis is very comfortable with the Observatory Dash. So even though it may not be logical, depending on if Boost is in Hydra or not, I wouldn't be surprised if Alexis goes for the Labs play.
Yeah, surely. Because otherwise, say Boost Ball is in, Control Tower, Research Core, someplace stupid like that, then logically you're expected to, loop all the way around from is it the Magmore elevator that takes you there? No, from far... Ay. Bad time to get your elevators mixed up, MD.
Okay. To Farfendrana, you're saying, from the backside?
That's a Magmore. Oh, the
so that'll be
workstation
one
elevator.
It would have been the workstation elevator, yeah. The workstation save station.
That's the one. For some reason, I have Far Chozo still on my mind, which makes sense, because that's where Metroid MST is. Luckily, as has been a bit common in Round 2 as of late, X-Ray plus Super Missiles, easy fight. Would it be hilarious if they're doing all this and then Boost is just chilling on Flagra, or Ghost for that matter?
Would definitely be interesting, and if it is, how long will it take for either of the runners to find it? I mean, despite the decent statistical probabilities for Flogger to have major progression, it is a time sink, and I respect the decision not to go for it.
Oh yeah, even with Space Jump, to make traversal to the bomb slots easy, yeah, it still takes a few minutes. It's a cutscene boss. You never like cutscene bosses.
Yeah.
Alright, so Metroid MST's first stop, Hall of the Elders. Which has thermal.
And just a missile on Hydra.
We're getting pretty close to Frigate being in play.
Now, to answer a question in chat, not quite. So, initially, some people have been using the data that was initially gathered on trickless logic, which stated that Flagra has an 80% chance of progression. On tournament settings, that is not the case. Based on the recent data, Flagra has a 22% chance for major progression, and then a 39% chance for any type of progression. Now, outside of major progression, just any progression items, they include things such as visors, E-tanks, and all that. So it's a decent chance, but not as high as some people may think.
Are artifacts considered major progression?
I believe artifacts are separate in that data.
Okay. Alexis, meanwhile, asking the control tower to say timber. And Alexis finding the big Phazon suit pickup in control tower. Wow, big break for Alexis there. Big break for Alexis. We are now Boost Ball and maybe Gravity from Gomo, depending on how you like to do Gravity Chamber. This is looking pretty close to a Cetus Frius here. I say that, and we've been running still. We're like how far in now? And besides Chapel of the Elders, we are still not finding any easy energy tanks.
Yeah, Alexis could backtrack for Vault if they happen to pass through front of Chozo again. Or just hope that there's more E-tanks on the way to the artifacts. Which I think is likely. I mean, there's 14 of them in the pool. They've got to pass by at least one or two more.
In theory. Oh, here's one, Research Lab Aether. And it looks like Metroid...
Thermal in Hall of the Elders. MST now going for Dynamo, and it has Spider, so it can do Upper Dynamo.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't been able to. Well, we weren't able to do Dynamo on our first pass because bombs were in Lava Lake.
And that's Boost Ball in Upper Dynamo.
Ooh, that's a... Actually, that's a very big deal. Alexis could be a while getting back to that. Upper Dynamo is a check that... It's a check at a dead end, which means you gotta go all the way there, you gotta go all the way back.
Yeah, it's an easy check to forget as well, especially if you've already done the lower one.
Yeah, now in both runners' case, they didn't check lower Dynamo, so Alexis may be persuaded to head there for that reason, but right now, I think Alexis is going to just finish up clearing Far from Drana for the moment. Oh, and I think Alexis might be missing a power bomb. Oh, never mind.
Yes, Gollop. And to add to that, we also have an artifact in Life Grove. So, unless Alexis wants to do the bomb jump, Boost is a much-needed item.
And it looks like Metroid MST is just going to make a quick pit stop at Tower Chamber real fast. The reason why we specifically mentioned Tower Chamber is that due to the Randavania not currently supporting logic for specific missile counts, Tower of Light cannot yet have progression in this logic. Oh, there is a beetle right in the tunnel.
Yeah, having both beetles and the ghosts here, this can be a problematic layer to traverse the room easily.
Yeah, had to burn a power bomb to sort that out. Oh, and the artifact is in upper gravity chamber, which means Metroid MST doesn't know it yet, but we are, the audience at home, we are in no mode. We do not need gravity suit. So now it's a race for Metroid MST to get to labs and pick up Phazon suit out of Control Tower. You know, you say that, Diggle, I should probably read that myself. Because admittedly, I haven't gone around to reading the Logic Quirks document yet. At least not the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, you know, I created that document for the benefit of all the tournament participants in general. I actually spent several hours, legitimately all night and probably half the day, combing the Randavania logic to compile that document and also to kind of understand the logic better myself.
We do thank you for that, because it's been very helpful for not only the folks in the race, but us folks here in the comms booth. Alright, so Metroid MST was thinking, going back to, back a couple minutes, Metroid MST was thinking about getting the Vault Energy Tank, but elected against it. Might be thinking about the Ruined Fountain Energy Tank instead. At least I think it was an energy tank. Which do you think is likely to happen first? Metroid MST goes to labs, or Alexis checks Dynamo?
That's a good question. I've been kind of thinking in my mind here. I don't think we can truly say who's ahead right now, as they both have a logically required item that the other does not. Boost for MST and Phazon for Alexis. So it'll be interesting to see how this turns out.
Yeah, and Metroid MST's case, Phazon suit can be literally anywhere except one location. For Alexis, a few additional locations are locked out, but not a whole tremendous amount that would convince you to skip areas entirely. And it looks like Alexis is going to grab the PPC artifact next.
Now, here's the question. Does Alexis check more of mines, hoping to find boosts somewhere? Because, it can be in a good amount of places in mines. Or do they just choose to chase artifacts and hope it's on the way?
I think, given where locations are, Alexis is probably going to check, is probably going to prioritize pathing for artifacts, because after PPC, Alexis can just route in, go out through Main Quarry and then start thinking about Life Grove, should she be willing to bar skip. Actually, wait, no, it wouldn't be bar skip, but it would be bar skip.
Well, Alexis not having boost will actually be required to do reverse bars.
Right.
I do know they are comfortable with reverse bars, so Alexis actually looking like just grabbing PPC and leaving.
Oh, okay. I guess maybe reverse bar skip not really on her mind at the moment.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Alexis has crashed.
In the elevator, no less. That's a hardware problem. That's not like a proper GameCube crash error message. That's something we're more used to seeing in a regular basis. Like in a more commonplace events. It wasn't. She wasn't doing anything particularly fancy either.
Yeah. As far as I know, Alexis is running on Dolphin, and I don't know if they disabled the. There's kind of an error handling option in the Dolphin settings that can help mitigate that type of error.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm looking back at how far Alexis got sent back, and it looks like... All right, this is at Shoreline. All beams in tow.
So missing main power bombs, possibly. Definitely missing Phazon, and
ooh, yeah, that was a pretty nasty, that was a pretty bad problem. Yeah, it's before labs, so, yeah, she got set back at least 20 minutes. Now, on the plus side, Alexis now knows where everything is. Scarabs? Yeah, they're still dangerous, even in Phendrana. I think I'm gonna have to grill both runners about giving us heart attacks after this race.
Alexis, please just take the save. Or at least the refill. You don't have to save, just take the refill. So in addition to losing phase on suit, Alexis is also missing the two artifacts as well, as they were in Gravity Chamber and Security Cave.
Yep, those are the two. Yeah, Lexus is choosing to continue, probably because of how, probably because of the Phazon suit being where it is. You know, who knows how long it's going to take Metroid MST to go to labs. Right now, he's doing plasma processing for, I believe this is actually going to be his first artifact. Although this does put Metroid MST pretty close to Phendrana through the other workstation elevator. Although terrain being a bit of a minor pain. I didn't see what was in Upper Research Lab, Aether, though, so we'll get another peek at that, I guess. Yeah, so this climb, this series of jumps is pretty commonly seen by runners, just because if you can, you know, get all the way up here, you don't have to travel the entire room with Spider Ball.
Yeah, this slope jump here is a little tricky. It's kind of a double slope jump. So you slope off the collision of the wall, and then slope off of the little knob that sticks out from the spider ball track block there. I don't know quite what you would call it.
Spider track, spider cube. Call it what you want. Alright, Alexis also, Alexis trying again to skip observatory, not observatory, control tower battle, succeeds. And Workstation's got an energy tank, and Metroid MST's gonna go for it. Oh. Never mind.
Yep, choosing to forego it. That check is definitely a bit of a time sink, so I think they're just going to take the refill at the save station and then probably go into Farfendrana.
Yeah, Farfendrana, then probably labs from the back. So, yeah, I think it's only a matter of time now before Metroid MST finds Phazon suit.
Yep. Could also opt to check Quarantine Monitor with Grapple. Could even do Thardus. I know a lot of runners, like to skip bosses because, all bosses in general are a good chunk of time. So you kind of have to gamble. Is it worth skipping for the time save and just hoping that there's no progression there, or do you do it in hopes that there is progression?
It looks like Metroid MST's thinking about it. Or just double checking to where Security Cave was. Alright, what does Quarantine Monitor have? Even more missiles. And yep, looks like Metroid MST is going straight for Farfendrana, so he's going to take a few minutes to full clear this, get both artifacts, probably get the energy tank in Storage Cave, if I had to hazard a guess. And we'll see how Alexis chooses to route things after picking up the last couple of items here. Alright, yeah, Alexis picked up the Storage Cave artifact again, just to be safe. Not artifact, energy tank. Because, yeah, at this point, you know, this is still a very energy-starved seed. You know, save for the one in Vault that nobody picked up. And, Workstation, there haven't been a tremendously large amount of energy tanks this seed. They're probably all just chilling in mine since we pretty much don't have to dip it, save for PPC today.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption.
Energy tank on both the OP checks.
That would be interesting.
Alright, looks like Metroid MST picked up the Storage Cave, energy tank now too. But yeah, I'm just trying to think. There's the 3 between our runners that they've picked up, one of which was in, actually no, Alexis no longer has the Chapel of the Elders, energy tank, does she? Because I think the save was before that.
Does not.
So, okay, Metroid MST's grapple is being really silly here right now. It's not picking that second point. But yeah, I'm just trying to think. Where have the energy tanks been so far? Vault, Sheegoth, Workstation, Storage Cave.
Lower Dynamo.
That's the one. I think Metroid MST is letting go of the grapple too late and getting too close to the grapple point, because it looks like Samus is going too high, and I guess the grapple doesn't work if you're too high. And we know he needs to do this because of the Security Cave artifact. Ooh, that was a little tight. But that's Metroid MST's second artifact, and Alexis is heading right back to... right over to... did Alexis get Gravity Chamber? I guess so. Yeah, because she's moving out. She's going to Workstation. Yeah, it looks like Alexis is basically about 2 minutes away from being back where she left off. Can I be honest with you? I think depending on how fast Farfandrana goes for Metroid MST, I think suddenly we might actually have a race here. Depending on how fast Alexis goes to Chozo.
Yeah, I think Alexis is going to grab the PPC artifact again, and then probably go up for plasma processing, and then we'll see from there.
Alright, Metroid MST has to kind of take the long way back up, though, because he fell in the water. Good thing the Various suit protects against cold water. Actually, the Various suit doesn't even do jack for cold in this game. Unless you're playing the Trial of the Warrior Plando from Sunday. Now that was fun. Ooh, Metroid MST got hung up on something up there. Alright, so Alexis is heading towards PPC. Okay, now Metroid MST's all good.
MST gets the dash.
And I'm sure is very happy to see the artifact up top. But is just double checking for lower gravity chamber. I think lower gravity chamber is an energy tank. Alright, and Alexis is heading back up. Is there a setting in Randomizer that actually allows you to check PCA from the other side? Like, actually pick it up now?
There is, yeah. There is a backwards lower mines option. That is disabled for the tournament. And I know... it definitely doesn't hurt to have options, but I know myself and several other runners are not too fond of that specific patch.
I mean, that's fair, because it basically eliminates OP if PCA is required under those conditions. It would make access to PPC, particularly like in a random elevator scenario, much more valuable, actually.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like Alexis is electing to take the sort of slower and calm way to get over to the elevator now. Alright, MST is now out back into Frozen Pike, and I think this is a trip over to Labs. I did not realize that
collision terrain to get to the top.
I did not realize that was standable terrain. You learn something new every day with this game. Alright, so Metroid MST is at the elevator here. Let's see what he decides to do. And he's going back to
Takes the
workstation.
elevator. So I guess I was wondering if he was maybe thinking to do labs front to back in case there was something in research core, because doing dark labs is a little inconvenient, even though they have thermal. Interesting decision, to say the least. I wonder what they're thinking.
Yeah, that's good. That's going to be a very good question for the interview, because I think right now Metroid MST is more interested in getting the at least getting the PPC artifact. Maybe might decide to go to labs afterwards. We'll see. Yeah. Because again, for those just coming in, Phazon Suit is in Control Tower, which is Metroid MST's Go mode right now. In the meantime, Alexis Nightfire's Go mode is currently Boost Ball, which is in Upper Dynamo. Boost Ball is needed for plasma processing, and Life Grove. It looks like Alexis is going back into mines. So we may end up seeing a little bit of holding hands here for a minute, depending on what Metroid MST decides to do. Oh wow, so Metroid MST did all that just to grab a power bomb. Oh yeah, because Alexis left behind the main since they were in Ice Ruins East. Yikes. That's pretty yikes. Oh, Metroid MST has also pulled out the Ice Beam, so, yep, looks like he is electing to dip into mines as well. So we're gonna have a bit of hand-holding here, actually.
Yeah, curious to see if, I don't know if MST is aware of the statistics of Phazon being in lower mines. So it'll be curious to see if they go for upper or lower.
I would wager it's under the current version and settings to be very low, like 10% or less. Alright, Storage Depot B, meanwhile, has nothing. I think, is that all of our nothings? Have we seen all 7?
Could be.
I'm pretty sure that was at least 6. Because there was another nothing in Farfandrana somewhere, wasn't there? Yeah, I think actually right now the one thing neither runner wants to find here is Gravity Suit, because that would basically just open up Frigate for their as their potential go mode location. That would just send them both on the wrong trails.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, though, given what we know, there does seem to be a fairly decent chance of Gravity Suit being back here. Alexis has got to be a little careful. It has a bit of an energy tank shortage. Ooh, and the turrets woke up too. Oh, that's never pretty. Yeah, those super turrets don't stay frozen, unlike the other ones in Magmore and Phendrana do.
Yeah, and enemies in mines in general Can be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, and I don't know if Alexis saved in. I don't know if Alexis saved in Quarry. I don't think she. She might have. I think she might have saved in Quarry. I'm not sure though.
Based on her health, I would wager and say not.
Probably not. Yeah. That is not good. Although, she does have Wavebuster, which could be an emergency last resort against the Pirates. Only problem is, it's only good for 1 second due to low missiles. Because Wavebuster and Flamethrower both need 10 to start up and another 5 per second to utilize. Alright, Metroid MST is saving in the meantime. And it looks like Metroid MST is just going to go ahead and make a quick pit stop at Great Tree and Life Grove. If any of these end up having Gravity Suit, I wager Metroid MST goes to Frigate. Good power bomb drops. Although I think those creatures have a higher than average chance of a power bomb as well. Oh, and Alexis got spotted, so
Alexis. Yeah, started the AM minute looked good at first, but unfortunately got spotted mid-fight. E-Tank and Great Tree Chamber. MST is going to go ahead and grab that.
He's probably like, oh, finally an energy tank? After, like, what, 10 minutes now? 4 energies, I wouldn't say super safe for final bosses, but it's definitely doable. Most of the veterans will go on 3, even if they're really gutsy. Alright, and looks like Metroid MST found another energy tank in Life Grove. So Life Grove having missiles, an energy tank, and a artifact. So it's an okay Life Grove. What would be this game's equivalent of Hype Cave? Because, you know, Link to the Past Randomizer has it. Twilight Princess Randomizer has one. Ooh, Alexis, don't fall off, please. Oh, Alexis is manually turning the laser here because no boost ball. Isn't this section of mines, well, I guess not because of the PPC elevator, but isn't this section of mines basically a point of no return after ventilation shaft? Without boost?
Yeah, as soon as you drop into Vent Shaft, it becomes a point of no return for boost.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the biggest deal since there's a save station in MQB and they can save warp out of that now. But even still.
Yeah, well, Alexa's also having plasma and X-ray. Can't choose to go all the way through.
Yeah, but I don't think if she's reading the logic correctly, and if I'm reading the logic correctly for that matter, I don't think Boost can be on OP. Looks like Metroid MST is delaying the R jump a little too late.
Yeah, I believe Boost can be anywhere in lower mines.
Oh, really? Okay. Alright, MST gets out. And yep, looks like Metroid MST is not interested in doing reverse frigate. Alexis, meanwhile, is electing to go for the reverse bar skip here. Here we go, folks. Let's see how this plays out.
Also, a nice high five from the runners.
Oh yeah, on first try.
Now, Alexis is very comfortable with bars, so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it definitely shows. Alright, let's see what Metroid MST is going to do here. Probably just finish the rest of upper mines here at least. But yeah, with this though, Alexis is going to be led back to Chozo, and this is good news for her because it might end up sending her to Dynamo. Alright, so yeah, we've got a little bit of time to think to see how this is going to play out here, because let's see. Once Alexis gets Boost, the remaining 3 artifacts on her list are Plasma, Plasma Processing, what's the other Boost Lock one that's coming to my mind? Life Grove, and where's that last artifact? It's not in a nice spot.
It's Elder Chamber, so Alexis will be picking it up momentarily.
No, I really can't call Elder Chamber a bad spot because it's pretty easy with Plasma. It's like in the way.
Yeah, so Elder Chamber, Plasma Processing, and Life Grove.
Ooh, those are in kind of like far away, mildly far away spots too. Like, there's not an easy way to get from, certainly if Life Grove is your last artifact, there's not an easy way to get back to the ship from here. If the last artifact ends up being Plasma, then you probably just make your way to Twin Fires.
Yeah, I would say once Alexis finds Boost, probably goes back for Life Grove through the back of Chozo, and then routes through Overgrown Cavern to Talon and back to Twin Fires. I think that's the route.
I think so too.
And
so yeah,
Alexis also finding Thermal here, gonna make final bosses a little bit easier.
Indeed. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of a walk for Alexis. Meanwhile, Metroid MST's last 3 are. Did Metroid MST get PPC already? Yeah, he got PPC already. Actually, Metroid MST got the 2 Phendrana ones, PPC, and Elder Chamber, so that's 4. And he got Plasma Processing already, so that's
And
number
Life
5.
Growth.
Oh, so yeah, Metroid MST is literally just looking for Phazon Suit. Unless I'm crazy. I am not crazy. Thank you, chat.
I am pretty confident that MST has all 6.
You know, when all the artifacts are in late game locations, it's easy to forget when you've picked them up, especially when those late game locations become accessible kind of early. Like, we had access to plasma processing for like a solid, almost an hour now? Because that needed what? Gravity? Well, actually, it needed boost, so I take that back. We haven't had access to a particularly long period of time, but...
Yeah.
Yes, both runners are racing the same seed. Right now, it's mainly coming down to routing here. How the seed's going to play out. And Metroid MST has to...
Yeah.
If both runners are looking for a critical item, and they are... Alexis is more closer to her go mode item than Metroid MST is. Metroid MST just needs Phazon Suit, but that's all the way back in Phendrana. Alexis needs Boost, which is right around the corner, but has to get 2 somewhat drawn-out artifacts.
Yeah, the only thing that could bite MST right now, or actually even both runners, is Gravity. Because Gravity puts Frigate in Logic.
Yeah, I don't think Metroid MST is likely to get thrown off by that, because I think she's going to go check Watery Hall again, or check Dynamo before checking, because we haven't seen Gravity Suit anywhere else in Chozo. So I doubt it's going to show up, because it wasn't on Zoid either. Also, somewhat uncommon that we see a 90-minute Zoid, as chat points out.
Yeah, so definitely less likely for Alexis, but who knows? Maybe Gravity's in Lower Mines, which is where MST is heading now.
Yeah, if that's the case, then that's very bad news for MST. Chat brings up a good point. At least the floor isn't lava, like it was on Sunday.
So MST was the only one who did Zoid.
Right, but he reset out of it because at the time he didn't have bombs. Yes, Diggle, when you get a chance, I don't remember which SG channel it's on, but go look up the VOD for Sunday. It's, beautiful.
Or even play the Plando yourself.
That is true.
It's also an option.
Oh, looks like Metroid MST got spotted. The Elite Pirates have been very, aggressive with our runners. They're thinking a little bit tonight. And yep, Metroid MST is doing Lower Mines. What is down there? Oh, it's missiles. Or no, it's a power bomb. Well, unfortunately, Metroid MST's already killed the drone, so skipping the maze is not a smart idea.
So, fun fact, that patch, or that has actually been patched, so you can now kill the drone and avoid the maze.
Oh, really? That's really nice.
Toaster Party actually has fixed it.
37 square maze. Not good, but not horrible either. Kind of right down the middle. And Alexis Nightfire, after getting a little bullied by a Plasmite, has just hit go mode at 130.37.
I think we can be confident at this point that Alexis is in the lead, so I'm going to go ahead and swap the audio over.
Yeah, at this point, Labs is so far out of the way for Metroid MST that I don't foresee him getting Control Tower in a timely fashion here. He's probably going to clear out all of Lower Mines, because if there's one thing that all of us rando players have experienced, it's a motto I've adopted, is if the logic can place something in a bad location, it will place something in a bad location. And when it's Phazon suit, well, enough said, really. Oh, I think Metroid MST might be trying to scan dash. Nope, just trying to pick up whatever's in MQ. Oh, it's gravity. It's gravity in MQA.
Looks like gravity to me.
Oh, that's rude. Especially considering that that is exactly what we were afraid of. Nope, wrong suit, Metroid MST. Yep, nope, he is not happy about that. He was looking at that.
Not.
He definitely thought that was Phazon suit. But yeah, in the meantime, the two artifacts Alexis needs to get are Life Growth and Plasma Processing, and I think she's going for Life Growth first. The only... Oh no, wait, you don't need Bar Skip again to do Life Growth, never mind, that's the wrong side of the tree. And it looks like Metroid MST is going to go all the way towards the bottom of Lower Mines. We'll see if he chooses to bail out at MQB or goes all the way to OP. Yeah, this is the only room in the game where Phazon suit can't be in Phazon mining tunnel.
Yeah, so Diggle bringing up a point here. On tournament logic, yes, Phazon cannot be in Phazon Mining Tunnel, but on intermediate or higher, it can be in Phazon Mining Tunnel.
Intermediate or higher? Yeesh.
I believe on intermediate it starts at 12 E-tanks, and then reduces by 1 E-tank per each difficulty.
Oh, that's crazy. I thought early newborn needed like 12 E-tanks minimum, considering how much we usually see in we used to see in other runs.
Yeah. Now, fun fact. With the original database, PMT without Phazon could be required on beginner with 13 E-tanks.
Wow.
Which some people in the community felt that was a little much.
Ooh, Metroid MST is unfortunately going all the way for OP and not bailing out here. So yeah, I don't think Metroid MST... Well, this is going to drop him out at the PPC elevator. But, yeah, I think even if MST immediately goes to labs, I think it's going to be too little too late. Because Alexis just needs to go grab artifact number 6 and then call it. Actually, I think Alexis might have gone plasma processing. Oh wait, no, plasma processing isn't exactly where she's going. Never mind. Yeah, you can't get that with that boost. I don't know why I thought you got it with that boost. My bad. Oh yeah, Diggle brings up a good point. Yeah, because if Phazon wasn't PMT, then you would get it halfway there, and the Phazon damage would stop. Also, beautiful first cycle OP there by MST. All right, Alexis is going for the scan dash to try and reach this without Spider, and succeeds. And it's just an energy tank. You know, where was that when we needed it 90 minutes ago?
Yep.
Aw, I was on a missile in PCA. I thought I was going to get my double E-Tank OP prediction on the mark. Whoops, Alexis went too far off the spider track. unfortunately, despite everything that we have seen, still a bit of a missile shortage from Alexa. She's only running on 55 missiles. Metroid, although mostly because she skipped a lot of the stuff from Farfandrana and whatnot after the crash. But MST, I think, has 115 in tow. Yeah, 115. Both trying to make sure they don't get bullied on their way back up PPC.
And Alexis now picking up artifact number 6. Gonna be heading to final bosses now.
Yep, conveniently right around the corner from the Twin Fires elevator.
Alexis actually choosing to warp to start from the Farfandrana elevator.
Ooh, not a bad idea is what I was trying to say. Good plan, not a bad idea. This is what happens when you jumble your sentences, folks. Alright. MST is back in Magmore right now. Let's see what he decides to do. Probably is going to go back to Fandrana and go to Labs. If not, warp to start and do something else. Because with gravity, frigate bait is seeming pretty likely. Nope, going straight for Farfandrana. Alright, so Alexis is going to be doing these final bosses with significantly less energy tanks than I think she had initially planned for, because she's only going to be running this one on 5. MST is going to be running on 7. But, on top of that, Alexis only has 2 suits, so as a result, she does take 30% more damage. Only having 20% max resistance.
Yeah. I think with 5, she should be fine, though. I know she's fairly comfortable with final bosses.
Yeah, Alexis has been a very frequent flyer in the Prime Randomizer community, so she certainly has the experience.
Now Alexis going to use a little exploit here. For some reason, Ridley is vulnerable to boost damage, and boost does a ridiculous amount of damage, something like 50,000 damage per frame. It would likely one-shot Ridley if there wasn't the hard cap on the last quarter of health.
Yeah, so far Alexis is playing this Ridley fight pretty nicely, except meanwhile, I say that, and Ridley charges. Twice in a row. Ooh, but stopped for the third. Unfortunately, gets the invincible heart bug. Yeah, they would change this attack the charge a little bit in Trilogy, where Ridley would move his head more to the center backwards instead of in front. To the right, rather. So the hand wouldn't be in the way. That is going to do it for Meta Ridley for Alexis.
Yep, nicely done.
See you in Corruption, you mechanical flying pterodactyl. I hope we do get, like, Corruption weeklies soon here on SG. I'd love to talk over those.
That'd be interesting, definitely.
Yeah, we're still working on finalizing Corruption Randomizer, but it is compatible with Randomania at the moment in some developer builds. Alright, MST in the right spot to pick up Phazon suit.
Alexis choosing not to do the Phazon core climb, just going the safe route.
Yep, climbing around the borders of the dentist office. Meanwhile, Metroid MST is in go mode at 147.09. Oop.
I would say he likely takes the observatory save station and does a warp to start from there.
Looks like that's what he's doing, just trying to make sure to skip the fight trigger for this fight area, because it is still there. Unfortunately, it looks like he hit it. And this is not a fight you want to deal with, because there's a lot to deal with. Meanwhile, Jack and Jill giving Alexis a little bit of trouble, but she gets through the climb just fine.
Alexis heading into the Exo Fight now. To explain this fight a little bit, we've got 4 subchambers, and within each of these subchambers, Exo has different beam vulnerabilities, depending on the color. Now, the first subchamber starts with power and wave. Second subchamber adds ice. Third subchamber adds plasma. And in the 4th subchamber, it is pretty much just a free-for-all. Exo can change beams at any time, can speed up, can charge. It's a good chance for some RNG there. And within each of these phases, the beam vulnerabilities can be in any order.
Okay, so one of the pirates in Observatory just basically Goomba stomped MST and then yeeted across to the other side of the room.
I missed that.
At least I think that's what it looked like. Unfortunately, yeah, that was, on that note, MST missed the scan dash to get to the Observatory save station, so has to deal with all this now.
Welcome in Speed Gaming 6 with the raid. This one should be wrapping up here soon. We've got Alexis Nightfire here on Final Bosses. Metroid MST has just found their go mode, which was Phazon Suit, and will be heading that way.
MST lowers the force from behind. I believe that's a Randomizer exclusive add-on.
It is, yes.
Yeah, Looks like MST is elected to use the fountain save station, but unfortunately must deal with this fight first. Alright, so far Alexis doing pretty good with Exo. Is on sub-chamber 3. And here's another fun fact about Exo. Flamethrower works on power form. Too bad we never found that today. Watch it be in biohazard containment or something. You know, it's you can actually take damage from Exo's ricochet shots. It's a good thing a ricocheted ice beam shot does not freeze you. Although then again, you do have the Varia suit.
And MST back at the ship. Going to be heading into Artifact Temple to start the Ridley fight.
And Alexis is getting a little bit tired of Exo's nonsense here and is elected to break out the Wave Buster. You definitely want to take out those energy balls fast, because if especially the plasma ones hit you with only 2 suits, you're taking well over an energy tank of damage for 1 hit. So don't get hit by those.
Yeah.
You also don't want to take a full salvo of those missiles to the face either, because that also hurts.
Exo being a little trolly here, switching beams. Alexis now finishing off Exo, going to be heading into the Essence fight.
Yeah, still has 3.5 energy tanks, so should be pretty cozy for this, because there is a pretty nice refill coming up. You know, there's still a couple of things that can bully you in Essence, but not nearly as many as Exo. There you go. Alexis gets a full heal. And wisely keeping that last leftover missile, because it is possible you might need to freeze and blast a Metroid in a hurry if they are not in a nice position. Speaking of not being in a nice position, and it looks like the folks in SG...
Alexis going for a strat call. Go ahead.
We just want to welcome the folks coming in from SG4. We hope you enjoyed your Prime Randomizer race. We're just wrapping up here. Alexis is on the Essence fight after finding Go Mode Boost Ball in Upper Dynamo.
And to explain the Essence fight a little bit, so Alexis is going for a strat here called Attack Cancels. Now, Essence essentially has a set number of attacks before they lay another pool. So doing the Attack Cancels here allows Essence to lay the pool a little bit faster.
What we're seeing
now, yeah, now Alexis here stepping in and out of the pool. This is what we call pool cancels. And what this does is it allows the pool to last as long as possible. And Alexis with a very nice Essence fight, finishing with an official race time.gg time of 1:55.18. and we did get a forfeit from MST. So GG's to both runners. See if we can get them both in here for an interview and kind of talk to them about how the seed went and their thoughts.
Indeed, that was a pretty nice race, I gotta say. You know, it really just came down to the decisions to dip mines from the both of them, really. But MST chose to go all the way, and that just kept him away from Phazon Suit. So we have extended the actually, we need to mark them finished so that we can extend them an invitation, so let's do that real quick. That should do it. Yeah, we do have